Hey Gauchos, it's Marv. Welcome to this week's episode of GauchoTV. This week, kicking off the top 5 with the top 5 ways to save money on clothing. Are you ready? Have you got your pen and paper ready, or however you choose to annotate this? Perhaps on stone tablets? I don't know. Number 5, buy dual-purpose clothing, multi-purpose clothing. Things you can layer, long-sleeve t-shirts, short-sleeve t-shirts. Basics are best. Basics are always best. Because you get out of the basics and then you got things, the specialty clothing you can only wear to one thing. It's like, well, you ladies know what I'm talking about. We guys luckily get to rent tuxedos when we're in weddings, but you have to buy those bridesmaid dresses that you will never wear again, and you wouldn't want to because they're usually horribly ugly, and science does not know why. Number 4, avoid impulse buying. It's better to go home empty-handed than to come home with something that you're not going to wear. And I realize you made the trip out to the mall, you feel like you wasted the gas. If you didn't find what you were looking for, you're like, oh, I'll just buy this, but I'll never wear it. Well, you're not really doing anyone a favor. Somewhere babies are crying, and it's all your fault. So don't be afraid to go home without buying anything. Just chalk it up to window shopping and try again later, slugger. Number 3. Buy, wash, and wear. Dry cleaning is expensive. It's environmentally not terribly friendly. And the dry cleaning, like, I don't know, if you're like me, you'll buy like a linen shirt. It looks great when you buy it at the Gap or wherever, and you bring it home, and you're like, oh, one washing and it crumbles up. So try to buy pre-shrunk, hardy cottons, but not necessarily wispy linens that turn into what are basically rags you're going to use to clean your windows once you're done with them. I've started rambling. Okay, number 2, beware of trendy clothes. Basics never go out of style. Like I said earlier, number 5, basics never go out of style. Armani Exchange, Diesel, if you see those in the mall, as you're walking by them, they're going out of style. Actually, by the time they've made it to the mall, they're already kind of out of style, so avoid. And the number 1 thing to do, shop thrift stores. You can put together a distinctive look on a budget, and believe it or not, you'd be amazed at the kind of stuff you can find at your local thrift store. If you haven't been in a while, go check it out. They've usually got designer brands because people got rid of their designer brands, got rid of their basics for whatever reason. And check this out, shopgoodwill.com. I didn't even know they had a website. It works like old school eBay, and you can find great deals. I was looking at camera lenses on there, and there's camera lenses on there for starting bids of $5, and these are good lenses, Canon lenses, great stuff. So that's your top 5. Now more Gaucho TV. All right, everybody, this week we're talking Gadget Roundup. It's just a general roundup of hot new gadgets and toys, kind of my favorite topic. Whenever we get to do episodes about new gadgets, I get really excited. And this week, I am super excited. Why? Well, maybe you heard about it. It was big breaking news this week in the world of tech stuff. If not, then I'm very happy to tell you about it. So, did you hear the one about the guy who went into the bar with the iPhone prototype? Yes, somewhere in Redwood, California, Redwood City, somewhere around there. Guy walks into a bar, he's an Apple developer, and he's got a new iPhone, the next generation iPhone, and he's testing it, and he leaves it at the bar because he had too many drinks. And the story was broken this last week by Gizmodo.com, and they paid money, and there's going to be a big legal battle now, and it looks like it's going to get pretty weird. But take a look at these pictures. This is what the new iPhone is going to look like. As you can see, they've changed the bezel on it, they've changed the shape. The big news is, of course, it's got a camera on the front, which means video chatting is coming up in the near future for the next version. This all goes hand in hand because they just announced the new iPhone OS, the OS 4.0 that's going to be coming out, and this will all come out concurrently, probably later this summer. Very exciting. I myself am super excited, being an Apple fanboy. So we'll see what happens. The next iPhone probably will look quite a bit like that. So keep an eye out for it, and I'll definitely be breaking the news when I get it. And I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to get one. Because my first generation iPhone, I don't know if you see too many of these around anymore. Usually they're the white or black ones. You don't see the metal ones anymore, mostly because these are steam powered and getting a touch elderly. Okay, in other gadget news, Tivo announced their new Tivo Premiere in the last week or so, and the Tivo community is not loving it. Now, if you remember, I did an episode of Gaucho TV on Tivo or not Tivo, and on this one, I gotta say, not Tivo. Why? Well, Tivo Premiere is a box that's supposed to give you internet video and streaming Netflix, and it's all super cool, plus all the Tivo functionality. But they still have a lot of buggy problems. If you go to TivoCommunity.com, you can read about how People are not too happy with their Tivo Premieres, and frankly, you can still get a Tivo HD Series 3 that streams YouTube and streams Netflix and does all the Tivo stuff, but it has most of the bugs worked out, except for the weird high-def screen problems that you can read about on Tivo Community. So, Tivo Premiere, I hate to sound like Jim Cramer on Mad Money, but don't buy. It's a not buy. All right, Blackberry announced their new OS 6, featuring this ridiculous video of people dancing to a Black Eyed Peas song.
Gotta get boom boom boom. 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 That boom boom boom. That boom boom boom.
What is that? What did we just see? Well, basically the new BlackBerry OS is going to look quite a bit like the iPhone OS, only not as nice, and it will make you dance around like an idiot. It's not good. What you just saw is not good. So the BlackBerry, if you're not an iPhone fan, if you're a BlackBerry user, keep an eye out for that. They just have been debuting the new BlackBerry OS, and it looks basically like the iPhone OS, as close as they could get it without incurring a lot of patent lawsuits. And finally, okay, so if you're one of these people who takes a lot of pictures, it's vacation time, you got your digital camera, and you never dump the pictures off of your camera. What's wrong with you? Well, because it's a hassle, right? You got to either get the cable out or you got to get a little SD card reader, and it's kind of a bummer. Well, iFi, who makes a little Wi-Fi SD card that you can put in your camera and has a Wi-Fi functionality so it'll connect to your computer, just announced the new Geo X2 card. Take a look at this. This is the Geo X2, and what it is it's got a Wi-Fi functionality that features endless memory, an endless memory mode. Now how that works is it automatically deletes shots once they've safely been downloaded to their destination. So you can set it up to really easily, just without hooking up a cable or anything, moving the pictures off your camera and onto your computer, and then you got room on your card, because nothing's worse than filling up, particularly if you fill up a 4 gigabyte card. Think about that. That's hundreds and hundreds of pictures. You need to clean that thing off. And this will do it for you automatically. So really cool coming down the pike from iFi, makers of some very cool Wi-Fi enabled cards for your phone. And that's about it for this week's episode of GauchoTV. So iPhone, next iPhone, it leaked. You saw it. Looks cool. Tivo Premiere, thumbs down. BlackBerry OS 6, and then the iFi Geo X2. Check that out. Should be in stores real soon. That's it for this week's episode of GauchoTV. I got hot news coming up in the next couple weeks. Keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, have a good one. I will see you next time.